What is it?
I can't tell. It could be a Model X.
No, but Don started screaming that there's a Tesla and a supercharger on the front cover of the
They wanted
N&O.
to let us know we're going to be paying higher EV registration fees.
Yeah, and then I'll have to listen to all those people in the Facebook groups. It's so unfair that we have to pay this fee. I'm like,
drive more miles.
Do the math. It's probably less than the gas tax you would have paid. Do the math, people.
Yeah, the problem
Stop whining.
Now that we're low mileage like the rest of the world, it is going to bite us a little bit more. When you were doing 25,000 miles a year, it was a no-brainer, no big deal. But,
right.
But now you're just...
So I at least have a right to complain?
Yes, you can now officially complain.
I won't be complaining. I'm so over. This is like a no complaining zone.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually think that's a Model 3.
Yeah, well, cool. Yeah, it was 130 or 140, but it's going up gradually to 230 or something. Read that for us and remember. You got it right there, huh?
Oh, yeah, right. This is right here. The license was $38.75.
This is which car?
This is Jules. Special plate was $30, so more power costs you $30. Or cost me $30. Some kind of GTP was $13, and then electric fee. It says $140.25. Right?
Yeah, and they complain about that, like they've been oppressed on Facebook. I'm like, but I guess they just don't. I mean, no tax is good, but the gas tax is hid.
That's right.
You don't even know you're paying it.
In North Carolina, it works out to be 51 cents a gallon.
Right. And some of it's federal and some of it's state. Yeah, and it's less than other states.
That's right.
But you pay it at the pump and you don't know how much the tax was every time you fill up. You'd have to do the math.
Right.
But that comes in and they see the EV tax and they're like, oh my God, we're being,
Yeah, well, again, this is not mileage based nor weight based nor a lot of other things based. So
right.
It needs...
Yeah, it's not fair for low mileage EV drivers, and it's a bonus. It's under fair. I mean, it's a plus for high mileage.
If you own a F-150 Lightning, you were like, please God, let me just pay the $140 because the gas tax on a 15 mile per gallon F-150 that you drive 20,000 miles in here is going to be way to hell more than $140.
Yeah, well, maybe some point we'll get more equitable with the tax. If we want to debate how do we get more equitable with it, but you and I've talked about it before. But just the fact that we have to help contribute to the roads, I don't want to hear those complaints.
Yeah, and hopefully those pilots will start being published because I've read up on this, like you said, a year or two ago, and I haven't seen anything new come across my news feed. Now, I haven't went out and researched it, but there were several pilots, but I don't see how any of them were going to work because they were all, well, you have to use a smartphone and stuff. I have privacy concerns. Traveling out of state, it works great locally in your state, but when you go out of state, how's it going to work? Anyway, the point is, I don't know how they're going to solve it. Elon needs to probably sit down and tell them what to do.
Yeah, well, and then I always say is people a little bit at a time works better for a lot of people than a bill that's $100, $200, $300 you have to pay.
Well, now that was this year's tax. That the whole
right, it's going up. I know
up.
And let's put the picture of the Tesla thing. Well, the supercharger has nothing to do with the EV tax.
Yeah, it goes to 180 January 1st.
Right, and I think it may be going up higher than that still over time.
Yeah, I think the number that I heard was that I remember is $270 is what they're shooting.
Okay, well the number I remember was 230. You read the article. I'm sure it says it's going to go up. So 180 by January, huh? From
January.
From 130.
So when we renew the car next year, we'll pay 180 on each car, which is $360.
Right. Well, the thing of it is in our state when we do that renewal, there's also a personal property tax. So on top of paying for the license plate and the EV tax, the reason why that bill is so incredibly painful
$500 this year
is that it includes the personal property tax.
That's right.
On the car. Yeah, so that bill is already a really high bill, and then they're increasing that bill. Again, I go back to the gas taxes. But you know, people are confused in the Tesla Facebook groups about that too, because they act, if you buy a more expensive car, the personal property tax of a new, more expensive car will be higher. It doesn't matter what brand of car you buy. It's like, oh my God, my Tesla cost me. And I'm like, well,
yeah, right.
It all has to do with the value of the car. Of course, though, the state, and this is not just a Tesla thing either, the way they calculate the amount of property tax you pay is a little faltered. They really aren't spending much time on it. Somebody just fought them and got their bill lowered $50.
Yeah.
They had to go through some gyrations to get the bill lowered $50, and Don's time's and my time's valuable, but
right.
The way they calculate it is really, you know, we had these big swings in the used car market.
Right.
And the state property tax assessment on the cars is not really kept up with that. They like to keep it at they're worth, you know, Ruby would be worth $90K still or something, you know,
yeah.
I don't know. They like to keep it up at that really high evaluation, and now
right.
the cars are selling for less.
Right.
And so it might be worth fighting, but probably not.
Yeah, well, I guess the only positive thing you can say is due to when they came up with this increased tax, that was pre-inflation. So now what's $180? I mean, you know, you won't even go to Starbucks and $180 and buy a cup of coffee here.
Very funny. So in our state, Volt drivers that rarely put gas in their car, they didn't have to pay any tax. They were getting around a loophole. So driving a Volt and almost always driving it on electricity was really smart plug-in hybrid.
Yeah. So, but they're fixing that come January. You get to pay $90 a year.
Well, I don't like that. The nice vet tech over at the animal hospital, he drives a Volt for years now, and
yeah, and it's gonna I spoke too quick. You know, the joke's on me. Them legislatures, those tax collectors, those revenue people, they know about this thing called inflation, and they already have an inflation adjustment clause in there. It's going to go up to that 180 is going to go up to 214.38.
When?
Well, it said starting July 1st
of next year.
Of next year. It says the fee will be adjusted for inflation every 4 years, starting next July 1st, when it is expected to go to $214.38 a year. So
it's going to be $180 for 6 months, and then it's going to go to $214.30.
I believe that's what we're saying.
Well, that affects Jules. Ruby
Jules.
Will be registered under the wire, but not Jules.
That's right.
Wow, it really starts to sound like something when it's over 200.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, it's going to go up. It's never going to go down.
Right. Yeah, well, this, again, goes back to the gas tax. You pay a little bit at a time, but EV drivers have to cough up the whole amount for 1 year's worth of gas tax in one full swoop.
Right. Well, now, in North Carolina, I believe there was a period of time when the state part of the gas tax was pegged to the price of gas or something, but they've undone that. But the federal gas tax has not changed since like 1992. It hasn't gone up. They haven't touched it. And so that's where the problem is. They need to be bumping up.
I was going to say, stop subsidizing those gas drivers.
Well, it's so much that, well, you could say they're subsidizing the entire economy.
Yeah.
But the point is, 18 cents a gallon now, gas tax probably isn't the right amount with inflation and roads and all these other, everybody complains about infrastructure and all this other stuff. So we need to probably bump that up. Now again, it's just going to ripple down. I mean, trust me, the tax collector, they are always on the lookout for new ways to increase taxes and collect more money. That, they love that. They like their hands in their pocket, but they like it way better in your pocket.
It's nice and sunny out here today. Although the clouds stayed around overnight, and our temperature stayed in the 50s. We didn't get into the 40s like they predicted. Everybody's here, including this one. Hi. Yes, please rub my leg. I got chicken for everybody that wants it. And it's all nice and warm. I won't pet his back because he doesn't like that while he's eating. And hopefully Amazon Subscribe and Save is coming today, and I'll get my canned food for in the house that they like as their little special food, because they're all looking at me like, where are my shreds? Where is it? You know, Fancy Feast only goes so far, and then I ran out of that. So anyway, Stripey, you gonna help me fill the water bowls? Well, this fall friskiness stuff is, in some respects, has got to stop. Stripe had gone up the hill farther than I wanted him to, and took his sweet time about coming back like I called him. And then I was petting him pretty aggressively here in the chair, and Tux was walking by, and Stripe literally leaped down in front of Tux to cause a problem. That was on you this time, buddy. Again. Come here. I'm not too mad at you, but I came close to throwing that water on him. Stripe kind of did a pounce and leave versus a pounce and cause, come here, Stripe, versus a pounce and cause serious trouble, or I would have had to have thrown the water, because I ain't going to let them hurt each other. I'm going to split them up somehow. It's all this cool weather and boys wanting to be boys. Hey, buddy. Yeah, you go for your walkabout in the front yard now. Yeah. Yeah, him go for his walkabout now. That would be good. See if I can't get Tux to use the bathroom and go back to his spot. Everybody be happy. Marty follows Stripey a little bit, but he doesn't go as far as Stripe goes. Not usually. When it gets colder and all they want to do is be on the heating pads, things calm back down again. I was noticing how pretty this was turning red yesterday. This is that Asiatic jasmine. Highly recommend. It has all these different colored leaves. Stop by, I'll give you a piece. I've got some rooted in this pot down here, and it's not hard to root. Not hard to root at all. Hey there. Good morning, buddy. How are you? You doing good? Yeah. Well, there's one boy that appreciates his chicken and his food and all of that good stuff. It's you. I come out in the afternoons, and generally I give him a piece of cheese and a little bit more canned food. Small piece of cheese. He really likes his cheese. Think of Porthos and the captain on Enterprise. The dog really liked his cheese. Was he supposed to have the cheese? Probably not. Did everybody sneak him a piece of cheese? They pretty much did. Panthers always like cheese. Some of the cats won't touch it. Don't want anything to do with it, but Panther, he pretty much eat a piece of cheese every time. I was going to say, you don't normally eat the dry chow over the chicken. Matter of fact, I don't, yeah, it's what he likes to move the mouth away from the chicken bowl. Uh-oh. Oh, it's a squirrel. For a minute I thought there was a cat in the front yard. That wasn't one of mine. It was a squirrel, thank God. Number one, I don't need another cat. I think we can all agree. But my heart wouldn't turn a cat away. And number two, whoever shows up, it's usually a non-neutered male, and it just causes fights and somebody getting hurt. If it was a cute little easygoing female, that would be different, but I'm never that lucky about it. It was just a squirrel. Okay. Yeah, I keep on looking at the yard now, going, there's so much stuff to do before to start to winterize. I know I'm way late here in comparison to some of you with winterizing, but need to come around with the broom and get the leaves off that window. Don did a couple of the windows the other day, but didn't walk the entire house. Yeah. I was telling Don about Stripe and Tux, and he remembers it. Seriously, the cool weather this time of year where they don't feel like they need to be on a heating pad, or it's, you know, not too warm that they don't want to move, they really start to get in each other's way a little more. And it goes on for a couple of weeks, a month, every year, every change of season, and then it gets back to normal. Hi. Your turn. Yep, it's your turn. Well, you did come by and eat last night, so that's good. That's good. There you go. Good morning. I was in with her last night right before I went and showered. She's so happy to see me and in the little pink bed and loving on my leg and everything. She slobbers. She drips. She gets so excited. So it's good to come and totally give her a full-on love-on right before getting in the shower. Isn't it, baby girl? So your slobber won't hurt me, though. Had a small airplane up there this morning. We're headed on our walk. I was just saying hello to Mr. Man. Marty settled in. It's, you know, going on 60, so they're not necessarily feeling like they need heating pads right now. So the Fuquay crew, landscape crew, park guys, crew that we talk with a lot, they told us to check out our trash can on our walk. They were over at the environmental park. And this one doesn't look different. We're hoping, he was keeping a secret. We're hoping they mean there's a new one halfway down. Because we've been asking for that, because this one, it looks exactly like it's looked.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We're thinking it means there's a new one halfway down. They must have installed it yesterday. You might remember yesterday we didn't walk on the trail. We were only up at the park. Well, we don't see a new trash can here at the halfway point. And we never walk up here, but I guess we wouldn't want to rule out there's a trash can on the other end. And Don's just pointed out they really need to get these sweet gums here, especially this one on the corner gone. But
yeah, that's just
not our problem.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about them is they don't fall over in windstorms. They got the deepest taproot of any tree around here.
Yeah, you don't blow them over, but
they'll just be creating tripping hazards on the trail with all those sweet gum balls.
And also it's going to bust that asphalt up. It's going to mess up the pathway.
Yep, that's a good point too. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I mean out here in the middle, no problem. But right there, Don's right, by the thing. Although I think the oaks are, again, because they go deep. But I wouldn't want to risk it messing up the path.
Well, the other thing is the sweet gums, they grow really fast. Like those tulip poplars. The oak trees, they grow, but they don't grow super fast. Chances are, you know, it'd be 15 years before it'd be a problem. But I bet you in 3 years, that sweet gum right there on the corner, if they let it be, it'll be causing problems.
Well, they just must have meant that they were emptied. And we saw on Monday that they were emptied. So that's good. But there's no new can or anything. But if he emptied it and made sure it was available for new trash, we are appreciative.
Yeah.
He just got our hopes up that we had a new can or something special was happening. Yeah. So the town guys are spreading gravel and stuff. They said they got a field trip coming real soon and they're trying to get the little amphitheater over there in good shape. We did run into Rosa at the park and I've been doing Pokemon Go party stuff. Oh yeah, I just love your vehicle. Not. Subscribe and save came and thank goodness because little girl now has her favorite and she's happily eating away. After she has her fill, I'll invite Marty in to finish the bowl off. I am going to kick off the build of the Creole house from Stranger Things. I am not, hi nighttime, not a huge Stranger Things fan, but I really like this house. I stumbled upon it. Now it's only half a house. I think I showed this the other day. It does not have a backside, although it is decorated inside. It has a grandfather clock and some other elements in there, and I am thinking about building another half that would push pin into this to make it look like a full house. But I won't know for sure if I'm going to do that until after I build it. But anyway, this is step number 1. So now look, those parts are all very clearly marked, and some of them really don't matter what color they are. The green, dark green does, the other stuff is going to get covered. But there's a, you know, that's 20 parts. So these instructions go from overly simplistic 1 part per step to 20 in 1 step. That's pretty serious. And like I said, they're going to get, in a lot of cases, they're going to get covered up, and then it just doesn't matter. But hunting down the right dark green pieces is proving a bit challenging. This is my dark green stash, and I have most of the parts, but not all. And I'm gaining more parts as I look for the parts I need. I haven't ordered Butcher Box lately, but I let it come this time. And dry ice, oh wow, that could be fun. Yes, I don't want to touch that with my bare hand. I'll handle that in a minute. And I really needed these sausages for Johnny and for the holiday season, so I ordered a lot of them. Hopefully they're all in there. Well, I ordered 2 6-packs of the hamburger patties, and they weren't in the box, so I guess I get to go call customer service. Well, online chat with customer service. Hey, buddy. Hi. You can come in. He hears his mama. Come on. Come on. Psst, psst. Come on. Let's go. Come in for a few minutes. Hi. Yeah, so Butcher Box is refunding the missing items to my credit card, but I'm not super happy. First off, it was 2 6-packs of hamburger patties and 1 4-pack of pork chops. And so it was 2 items, not 1. She asked me to go count and make sure I didn't have anything extra added to my box instead. And that's when I realized the pork chops were missing too. And then they wanted to throw the items in my next box or give me an account credit. And I may not order again till January. I made this order, had a lot of add-ons. Not as many as I've had sometimes though. It wasn't that huge of a box. I picked it up no problem. And, you know, so account credit wasn't good and next box is not good. So I finally got her to put it on my credit card. It'll be supposed to be there in 3 to 5 days. I assured her I would set a reminder to check in 5 business days. So next week. The thing that bothered me is I had said multiple times 2 6-packs of hamburgers are missing. I really like those patties. It was one of the main reasons I put in my order, that and the sausage, which I can't get locally. And so I'm really frustrated with JB coming and Johnny home not to have the hamburger patties have come because I'm out. But she told me the refund amount, and I said, you know, that doesn't sound right. You're telling me the 4 pork chops were $6, because I knew how much the hamburgers cost, but the pork chops were in the package. And she said, no, they're more than 6. And I said, well, the hamburgers is, you know, however much they were. And so she finally came back with the right amount. But I really had the entire conversation, I had to stay on that process to make sure I was looking out for myself. And it was just a text chat, and I type fast. So I like that. That's okay. They always come on quick. But it makes me wonder a couple of times Dawn unpacked it for me, how accurate it was when I didn't pay it any attention. And also the invoice on the box, it shows the items in the box but not the quantity. And that's like, well, I should, without having to get my computer, be able to tell how many of an item is in there or something. So the sausages were listed but not the number of sausages. Why would you not print the number on that invoice? So I don't know. But I think it's right now, or she's going to make it right. If I see it on my card, will be good. So back to building. This floor is complicated. Not hard, but I got to pay attention. I made really good progress. I'm on step 15. Remember, this is one of those where each step has a minimum of 10 parts, so you don't plow through the steps very quick, and there's lesser number of steps. I need more of these dark orange masonry bricks. I have every color imaginable. I have tan and sand green and light bluish gray and dark bluish gray and medium nougat at least, but I don't have any more dark orange. That's just the way it works. I thought about switching to medium nougat, but then I don't have these stud bricks, and I did have enough of them. So I'm at the point where I need to put the floor on, and I have sorted out the stuff to do that to make sure I have it. I even have the funky wedge piece, but I don't, I can't lay that down without the masonry bricks to finish off the foundation. And also, this is the wrong brick color, and this is the wrong brick color. Now this blue stuff, as I said before, you're not going to see that when you, you know, after I get done, you're just not going to see that. And they used yellow and blue to make it easier on the layers for the builder to see what they were doing. So, anyway, I'm going to be busy with Michelle tomorrow and busy picking up Johnny on Friday, and I've got time to wait for foundation bricks to come, and/or I've got time to, I've got other projects I can work on. So, but it was a good first start, and it's going on 5:30, and it's time to start fixing some food. So when I was looking at what parts to order, I discovered that this was really supposed to be medium nougat, and I was able to find all of the pieces for that, including this funky corner jagged piece. There's the dark orange I pulled off. I still need to replace this with dark green and this macaroni over here with dark green. So it would behoove me not to put the floor pieces on yet. But other than that, it's coming along quite nicely. And I guess somehow I pulled out the part that goes there. I think that's supposed to be blue. And anyway, I've got that. But I'm stopping for tonight. We've had dinner now, and it's all good. I can, you know, get these that I need.